Hey, welcome to the channel. Got a short Lightburn tutorial for you today. This is something that I frequently see on the forums. I thought I'd make a video to address it. And the issue is, how do we put something on top of something else and have it cut it out so that we can get a proper burn? And let me just jump into Lightburn and show you what we're talking about and just get right into it, alright? So here we go. So in Lightburn, I've got this image of a picnic basket. This is a SVG image that I just imported. And then I have over here a picture of a sunflower. And this is a JPEG image. So being a JPEG, it does not have a transparent background. So it's got this white border all the way around it, which is not what we want to see. And if you printed it out on paper, this is kind of the image you would see. But when you go to burn it, what happens, and we're waiting on the preview to load up here, is the picnic basket, the lines, they burn right through. That whole layer will burn, and then it'll come back and burn the sunflower image on top of that. So you get a double burn in these areas, and it just will not look at all what you want to see. So how do we fix that problem? It's pretty simple. First, we're going to click on our picture, right-click, and go to Trace Image. Now, all we're concerned with is the outline of the sunflower. We don't care anything about the center. We don't want anything with outer edge. We just want the outline of the sunflower itself. So, this looks great. I'm not going to adjust anything. I'm just going to click OK. Now, I'm going to turn the image off so we can see what's going on. So you see we have a tracing of the sunflower. We're going to do an offset. I'm going to click on the offset. And you can see I've got it set for 2 millimeters. I want to do outer shapes only, because I don't want anything from the middle to copy over. And let's see, we're doing corner. Let's see how round looks better. Yeah, round probably looks better in this situation. Select resulting objects, yes. And we want to make sure we turn on delete original objects, because we don't want that tracing anymore when we're done with this. So we click on that, and all the stuff in the middle is gone. All we have is the offset we did of the outer perimeter. But now we've got all this stuff in the middle, which is still not what we want to see. The fill layer just flip-flopped on it. So everything that was white is now black, and everything that was black is now white, only because we put the offset layer in there. We need to fix that problem. So in order to see what we're doing, we're going to switch it over to line mode, because that makes it easier to see. We're going to click on the picnic basket, and then we're going to shift click and click on the outline itself. And we're going to go and use our Boolean tools. We're going to use the Boolean subtract a minus b. Now let me just show you something. I'm going to go to the Control B, Command B, and get the Boolean assistant up. And that'll give you a preview of what things are going to happen to. So if we use union, that's not what we want to see. If we use an intersection, that's not what we want to see. That's just going to be ugh. If we do B minus A, that's just going to be total terrible. What we want is A minus B. That gets rid of all the stuff in the center and keeps every other detail. So that's what we're going to go with. Then we'll turn our image back on and go back into fill mode. And now let's look at the preview. And the preview, we've got the lines of the picnic basket stop at the offset that we did. All the way here. We've got our nice sunflower image that's burned on the inside. So that's the look that we're going for. And you can make the, when you do the offset, you can make it as big or as little as you want. You can be super close to where it just goes right up to it, or you can, be huge if you want to. So that's one example. Now let's back out of this. I'm going to show you a couple other examples with different graphics. Make that go away. Now here we have another JPEG image, and this is a photograph. So photographs got to handle slightly differently. We're still the same process, just one minor difference. Trace image, we want the entire photograph. We don't want to try and fool around with trying to get just a detail of this. We just want to do the entire photograph. So in order to do that, I'm going to click on Sketch Trace, which will very quickly include the outer perimeter of the photograph. Which is, there again, the outer perimeter is what we want to work with for our Okay, see the perimeter there? Click OK. Now we're going to go back to the offset tool. And because this photograph has nice square corners, we're going to go to corner instead of round, leaving everything else the same. Click OK. Hide the image so we can see what's going on. And same situation. We've got the nice border outline, but everything's flip-flopped and all wonky-donkey. So back to line mode. Click on the basket. Shift click on the border. And we're going to subtract A minus B. Then we can turn our image back on and go back into fill mode and hit the preview. And this again, it's going to give us exactly what we're looking for. The picture is going to burn separately from the picnic basket background. The picnic basket, when it burns, is going to leave a nice hole. In fact, let's do a preview real quick. Oh, I got to speed that up. Okay. What the heck? See, oh, that's why I had to zoom in. But it's going. It's burning the hole in the picnic basket for our graphic to go in. And then it'll come back and put our graphic in. Okay. So that's two options. Now let's back out of this one. And I'll show you what happens if you're dealing with a PNG image that has a transparent background layer. So here we've got a rose that's transparent on the background. We're going to put that here. And let's go to line mode so we can see the rose in there a little better. Okay. Yeah, let's just kind of put it like that. I'm going to work in line mode on this part. It's the same situation. Right click, trace image. We got a nice outline. Click OK. Offset. We want round, outer shapes only. We want to delete the original because we want all this stuff in the middle to go away. Let's do a nice tight offset this time. Let's go 0.5. Okay, that'll be much tighter. And click off. Click on the picnic basket. And zoom in a little bit so you can see what we're doing. Shift click there. And hit our Boolean subtract. And then fill. Okay, so that line is just much tighter. See how we did that? Just change what the offset was, and we have very nice close offset. Once again, looking at the preview. And it looks great. That's going to do it exactly what we want it now. The other thing people ask about is, well, how do I do text? So we're going to do a text layer. There it is. I just wrote this up real quick. It says, picnic fun. Now, in and of itself, that should be just fine. But, you know, you've got the lines going through. You see how the fill is doing all kinds of flip-flop stuff. That's not what we want. So, because this is text, we don't need to do a tracing. In fact, that's not even an option. We can convert it to a path or convert it to a bitmap, but we can't trace the image, and we don't need to. All we need to do is, with text, just hit the offset. And let's see, I'm going to go back a little more. Let's go back to, let's go back to 2. And I'm going to leave that as a corner because it's a very sharp corners on the text. And what I don't want to do is have outer shapes only here, because if we do, we'll lose the hole in the P. In fact, I'll show you that. See how I lost the P? Oh, I also had to delete original item subject. We don't want to do that either. So let's go back into our offset with a 2. We don't want to delete. Now let's show you that one first. See how we don't have an offset around the insert of the P? Back in there. And we want to uncheck outer. And now we do have that. So, line mode so we can see what we're doing. Click on the basket. Click on the offset shape. And subtract. Turn fill mode back on. Preview. It's a nice 2mm white area around all the text, inside and out. So that was the important part with that text. We had to make sure not to choose outer shapes only because we needed to pull into P. Same with a letter A or an O. You need to make sure that you keep all parts of it. All right. So I hope that you found this helpful for you. And if you would subscribe to the channel, there'll be more tutorials coming up here in the near future. And thank you for watching. Have a great day.